EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man back for a 16th NFL season. Eli Manning.
Well, Coach, no precipitation to speak of, but still a very chilly December day in Philly. Winter coats and hot chocolate abound here at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. And look at this, right away a loose football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, an 80-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Well, CD, let's look at Philadelphia's season here as they come back out here for this next drive. 5-7, 3 straight losses, but this last one was the real head-scratcher, 37-31 to the Miami Dolphins. And they had a chance to pull into a tie with the Cowboys because the Cowboys are 6-6. Still a chance at that division, obviously, but that was not a good look against Miami.
To put it mildly, and while they have the opportunity to still win the NFC East, remember, if they win out, they control their own destiny and they'll win the division. That's getting tougher and tougher to hang your hat on. They're 0-7 now when trailing in the 4th quarter this season. They finish with the NFC East, all within their own division. Home against the Giants, at Washington, home for Dallas, at the Giants. Looks like a good schedule and manageable, but they're not playing at a level where it's manageable. They're playing at a level right now where any of those teams can beat them. And that's what Philadelphia has to figure out because it just doesn't make sense that a roster this good is sitting there at 5-7 at this point in the season.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl Again, zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Trying to punch it in with Howard, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, Charles is taking a step back here for a second, looking at the New York Giants. They've now lost 8 straight following their previous defeat to the Green Bay Packers, 31-13. That 8-game losing streak, their worst since 2004. And to be honest, there just aren't a lot of positives to draw from right now.
No, there really aren't. And you look at the quarterback. They drafted him, Daniel Jones. So much controversy about taking him so high. In a lot of cases, in a lot of games, he's acquitted himself nicely. A few too many turnovers in terms of throwing interceptions, but that happens with rookie quarterbacks. They'll build on him. They need to build up a wide receiver core. A lot of injuries there, not getting the play that they need. And their running back, Saquon Barkley, their best player, an ankle injury, and maybe reverted a little bit to try and hit a home run on every carry like he did early his rookie year. They want to see a few more of those tough runs inside and get him back to being Saquon Barkley, one of the better runners in the league.
Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Manning. Eluding the pressure right. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Taken at about the 16. Oh, he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Lorenzo Carter. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Wentz. And this is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On the return, it's Tate. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And all the way down to the 35. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 46 yards on the ground. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Shotgun now for Manning. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Barkley had his biggest game yardage-wise against these Eagles last year pretty early on in the season. 130 on the ground, 99 more through the air on 9 catches. Manning to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when the pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. CD, while we have a quick second here, I want to give a shout-out to 3 teams who have struggled mightily this year, who all got wins in Week 12. The Dolphins, the Redskins, and for their first win of the season, the Bengals.
How about you? I love your empathy, right? You hate to see teams struggle like this. Hate to see teams that are down. And when they get wins, you come with a little bounce, don't you? You got a little extra spring in your step. Those Bengals, and they beat the Jets, who at the time were hot, right?
Yep.
They won 3 in a row. How about Washington? That win win over Carolina, and then, of course, the Dolphins. No one really saw that coming. Their win over Philadelphia, even though it was at home. Could those wins for those teams be the death knell for the teams that lost? The Jets, we're not going to talk about them anymore. Carolina, they still thought maybe a late run could put them in the playoff race in the NFC South. And then how about Philadelphia? But they're not out of it.
No.
They still control their destiny. If they win out, they go 9-7 and win the NFC East.
Yeah, because they're just one game back of 6-6 Dallas. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. A quick throw. Here's Shepard. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, and it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Manning. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, Delta, get it.
From the gun, it's Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Well, it's kind of interesting when you think about Eli Manning and what he's done in his career against the Eagles, because it's one of the teams that he struggled the most with. Just 10 and 20 in 30 career games head-to-head, including 2 losses last year in 2018, with the Giants losing both in Week 6 and Week 12 to Philadelphia. He completes it to Tate. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the kick by Rosas is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. He certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flushed out right. Caught by the tight end Ertz. So we reach halftime here, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This is Howard on second down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Going for it with Sanders. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
From the 41, Manning, he's going to let one fly. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. To throw is Wentz. Flush to his right. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh! Popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
Damn.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, good for a giant first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Manning to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They start on the ground here at Sanders. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say Things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
We got this.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on
I'll give
first
it back
down.
to you since you messed up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Same spot.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, your 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They go with Howard again. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz's throw into the hands of Aguilar. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Wentz now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz again. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Wentz now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Al Howard trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Throwing is Wentz. The Sanders has got it complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
yeah,
you
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Again, it's Barkley. Pretty move. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Now the Pro Bowl kicker, Aldrick Rosas. Last year, he hit one from 57. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.